What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B-Hot Radio Shout In, stepping in the building. I got a guy that's one of the coldest artists out in the game right now, coming straight out of the Bay with it. I'm talking about LaRussell. What's good with it, boss? Hey, man, LaRussell, first of all, man, I mean, I might have got familiar with the movement when I was on Instagram and that GC Radio freestyle 2021. I'm talking about I could breathe again after hearing that because I knew that the game was going to be in some good hands moving forward, man. Get this off.
Yes, sir.
Okay, LaRussell, talk to me about your style and the commentary behind it. What makes you say, you know what, let me kick some reality rap, but I'm talking about the realest of the real.
Man, it's just it just comes with ease when I can rap about life and the lessons that I've learned and my experiences. It's just a lot easier for me. It feels a lot better. It's a lot more fulfilling. You know, when you're on that stage and you look in that crowd and you see people's faces and stay emotionally connected and invested, it's different.
When did you start rapping though, LaRussell?
I started writing when I was like 6 or 7, just like writing poems and journaling and just writing everything, my thoughts, ideas. When
it came to just thinking about, you know, the content that you were going to be creating, though, because, I mean, a lot of folks, when we start rapping, the first thing that we're thinking about is shoot 'em up, bang, bang, okay? We're not thinking about the world around us and actually becoming a poet with it, man. So, I mean, what was it that made you say, you know what, let me hit y'all with some poetry in this thing?
Man, I think life. You know, when I first started rapping, I was trying to rap like Lil Wayne and like, you know, Kendrick Cole, everybody who I was listening to. I was just trying to rap Ply, you know, whatever I was consuming, that's what I was trying to rap like. And yeah, eventually it just got to a point where, like I said, rapping about like my own life experience was just easier. It just, I didn't have to sit there too long and grasp it. You know, I write my songs in like 5-10 minutes because it's just, I could just, this is what I did today, easy.
Exactly.
This is what I seen today. This is what I witnessed and experienced, easy. Record done.
My God, when it comes to freestyling though, man, I mean, you didn't hold back on that LA Lakers freestyle either, sir.
Come on, why would we? That's a disservice.
Come on now. I mean, when you got in there, you already knew that, okay, this is one of those platforms that I got to show my ass. Okay, I can't hold back the bars. I got to go ahead and bring it home. What was that like, and what was the reception of that?
Man, Game 7 energy, you know, me and my best friend Fetti, we walk into a lot of these moments like this Game 7, what you gonna do? We not gonna lose. We not gonna lose. But man, the reception from that was incredible, you know, like people miss this form of hip hop and this form of rap and this form of poetry. Like, man, we've been deprived. We've been thirsty for so long. They got us drinking soda on a hot day.
Come on. But then you like to say, black man made lemonade from limelight, though. I mean, talk to me.
Come on.
What is it like when you're living these metaphors at the same time, too, though?
Man, it's beautiful, bro. I get to walk into all these spaces and everywhere truly as myself. And like, you know, man, we were just talking about it in the car, you know, we meet a lot of people. And when you see people, you know there's somebody because they got like jewelry or clothes or how they dress. But with us, people know who we are and I ain't got nothing. You just know me. You know me? And that's a beautiful feeling to be able to go in spaces and not have to like code switch or have to, you know, feel uncomfortable.
That's right. Good company.
Yeah.
Talk to me. How did y'all come up with that thing, man? What's the movement?
Man, bro, it was really the homies deprived of resource and deprived of, you know, just attention and people trying to help us. So we decided to create it ourselves and build our own infrastructure.
My God. I mean, now that ain't easy though, LaRussell. We all know that. So, I mean, from, you know, visualization to conception, man, and I mean, fruition, how the hell did y'all go from A to B to C?
Man, it's work. I'm a day by day worker. I'm gonna get a shovel every day and I'm gonna go in the backyard and dig and eventually I'm gonna have a big ass hole. And I understand that concept with everything. It's like with you, if you want to get 100 episodes, you got to do one first.
Come on now.
I know if I wanted to have 1,000 pieces of content, I had to make one first and then you make two. As simple as that. It's all work. Like, nothing is impossible if you willing. You know, he who is willing is who will.
Come on now.
Come on.
I mean, but see, LaRussell, you like to be conscious with it, but all about the Fetti still lets us know that you get the party started, man.
On.
I mean, talk about that visual right there as well. Y'all laying that thing down.
Man, I'm not even a conscious rapper. I'm just a rapper who's conscious. I just rap about life. You feel me? My eyes and my ears work. It's as simple as that. But I'm still human. I still have I feel and experience every emotion, every side. I've dealt with everything as well. You know, all about the Fetti is beautiful. DJ Gutterbutter actually put that together and connected me and the boy on a record. He really was on this DJ Khaled shit and made it happen. So it was beautiful for the city to get that energy and that motion.
Come on now. I totally understand what you're saying when you say that you're not a conscious rapper, because when you said I ain't trying to preach because I hate that shit.
Come on.
But I see niggas dying. And I hate that shit.
It's simple as that. It's simple as that. It's simple as that, man. There's no conscious rapping, boxing, nothing. This is just life, bro. It's that simple.
As you start to see your star shine, man, and you growing in the game, what has that experience been like on the West Coast with it, maneuvering around, man?
It has been incredible. Man, the love that I get on the West, on the East, everywhere, man. Everywhere we roam is our home. We get embraced everywhere we go because we pushing that love out. And it's beautiful just to witness, like, everything that I touch cultivates and grows. Like, man, Tope has produced 5 of my projects with me, and his whole brand has grown alongside me just through that sprinkler system. Spraying along the yard, you feel me? You're getting flowers here, fruit trees here. Like, we've been able to cultivate and grow a bunch of different brands and companies outside of our own we elevate.
Okay, so what has that been like for you too, man, when you started to see traction with your brand and with the company growing? At what point was it that you realized that you had something that folks was actually fucking with it?
I knew I had something in the beginning. Ooh. You feel me? From the jump, which was why I was so persistent and dedicated on making it happen, because I knew I had something. Just because they didn't know don't mean it wasn't there. You
I'm
feel
with
me?
you.
Right? So, man, it was just that knowing is always deep within you. And with me, I'm somebody who I got to see it through.
With you already knowing, though, at what point do you feel like they started to catch up?
Probably, I would say around 2021 freestyle was when it really was like the world start. Okay, who is this nigga over here?
Exactly.
You feel me? That was like that moment. But we've had a lot of early moments that pushed this motion. In 2019, one of my best friends, Tessie, I helped her do a project and we released it, and it got really great acclaim. It was accepted, and that was like a spark that showed me, okay, we doing this shit. We on the right path.
Being a young boss, though, man, what is that like, formulating all of these plans and watching them work, man?
Come on, man. It's lovely. It's lovely. I'm not the boss. I'm the owner. I can hire some niggas.
I'm with you, man. So then the responsibility behind it, though, man. You got yourself, other artists, man. I mean, how are you carrying that weight?
Man, it's really not a weight for me to carry. You know, I naturally do because I want to see everybody succeed, but I'm learning as I grow. Like, that's not my responsibility. My responsibility is just to be exceptional and be great, and everybody who's inspired by that will naturally do better. Me doing something dope inspires the next person to do it, and whether they follow the blueprint or not is solely on them. My job is just to lay the blueprint.
When it came to you and your music, though, who were the inspirations behind, you know, making you say, you know what, I want to rap too?
Definitely Pac.
All right, now.
Definitely Pac. Snoop, you know, because I decided to like start rapping younger. Lil Wayne was a heavy influence on what I was doing. Kendrick Cole, but you know, Dr. Dre, I remember as a kid, man, my mom used to always watch the Up in Smoke Tour DVD.
Crazy.
That was the first like concert DVD I ever seen. I was a kid. I was on, you know, they was showing their titties in there. I was like, this is the life, nigga. I'm finna rap. You feel me? But it was like so theatrical and everything. Like, it really had me like, wow. And I remember Eminem came before Ice Cube. That whole DVD was so fire, and that's why I film a lot of my sets and shit and have that energy so people could witness it, because like that shit changed my life.
I mean, when you speak of seeing people like Eminem get busy and then you find yourself rocking out with Wendy Day at the same time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Full circle. I mean, what is that like when you, come on, you're sitting down chopping it up with Wendy getting the game, because she's laid the game on some of your majorest of major movements.
Man, you know, it's incredible. My heart is warm. She shows me so much love. And she told me the other day, she said, man, my team reached out and told me I need to go watch you to learn some shit. And that was like a big moment for us because it's like, man, we've been soaking, learning. I've been watching her interviews. I reached out years ago, you know, just being tapped in. So now for it to be full circle and her to be present and want to build with me is like, man, we doing everything right. You know, you got to get this far, you have to do the right thing hundreds of times, thousands of times. You know, I had to make the right decision thousands of times.
Because that wrong decision could set you all the way back.
Man, for certain.
Oh, my God. Now, I mean, I got to go and talk about just current times in hip-hop. We have a situation, LaRussell, where we have a lot of artists passing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, on the West Coast, you know it's real as well out there. What are your thoughts on all of this stuff, man? And do you feel like, from your standpoint, that this is one of the most dangerous careers out here to have?
Man, I feel like life is dangerous. You know, I see a lot of when artists pass, a lot of like people blame the artist for dying, which is such an incredible way to look at things. Like we're completely traumatized and conditioned to like blame ourselves for other people's doing, you feel me? Like I feel like we're definitely in a tough state, but it's also like it's energetic.
Yeah.
You feel me? There's so much energy that we breathe through these songs and through the way we live and through how we decide to cultivate. And another thing is just like niggas is hungry. It's not even about rap. Rap just happened to be where the money is. Niggas was always, you know, the wolves was always looking for food.
Yeah.
That's where the food is. So that's just where they gonna eat.
Yeah. When you think about yourself, though, man, what precautions do you take in your own career to make sure that you stay safe and just on the straight and narrow with it?
You know, when I can be protected, I make sure I'm protected. But other than that, I really feel like universally guided. I move a lot of places with love. You know, like when I'm home, I'm protected, but when I'm around, I can't carry. So I'm here and I move with love and I'm guided, and I just I'm not afraid to die for change and for growth and for what I believe in. Like, you feel me? I'm not out here. I don't really navigate with that fear. Like I'm out here with my heart out. If somebody chooses to take me and take my heart out, they're gonna have to deal with a whole community and universe of people as well. So I'm cool with it.
Exactly. I mean, having the spirit of a panther, is this something that came from the Bay, or is this just something that came down the family tree?
Come on, man, both. You know, I think it's from the region and from the lineage. My grandfather was a panther, and I found out later in life, and my uncle was telling me stories, and just like it really fueled me because it was an understanding of why I had like moments of just where I felt so connected and so intertwined with my history and where we came from. So, man, it's in the lineage, but it's also in the soil.
Come on. Now, other artists in the game, who all are respecting your mind out here, LaRussell?
Man, all of them.
And have you been able to meet any of your favorites and talk to them about it?
Man, I've met some really great names, not even really just artists, more on the executive, like the L.A. Reeds and the Diddy's and Strat Hovain, Johnny Shipe, you know, people who really helped carve paths and lanes within this industry.
I mean, what kind of game do you get from them? Because having good company means that your questions are going to be a lot different than just the average rapper.
My game ultimately it's funny because like talking to all these people, I always leave with the understanding that, man, I'm doing something new and different. Like I'm always explaining a new game to them and showing them a new way of what this is. But where I really get game is from watching people live and hearing how they speak. Like I get my most game from just seeing people live. Me being in the room and getting to experience your human is where I get to get that game from.
Exactly. Moving forward, though, what other projects are we working on in this thing? Because, I mean, I just saw you live on Black Wall Street.
Come on. It's not the same.
Come on now.
It's not the same.
What the hell was going on Black Wall Street, and how did that even come about? But you went in there and snapped.
That was legendary. Legendary. You know, Tulsa has very rich history, very rich soil, and they brought us out for the Dreamland Fest, which is thrown by Tulsa Creative. And while we was out there, we just tapped in with the locals. There's a black-owned market owned by AJ Johnson called Oasis, and man, they just really tapped us into the scene, and that was so legendary to perform on Black Wall Street. Like, people don't understand the significance of that. This place, there was an attack on American soil.
Come on.
And now we're here, you know, decades later and we're performing, you know, black art. I'm talking about black history. I'm spitting shit from the heart that, you know, niggas used to die for these pictures that I post. Like, that shit is different to perform those words and those songs on that soil.
What did that do to you though, man, spiritually when you
Man, bro, it had me amped. Like, before the show, me and the homies was all at the B&B just like, we knew this was bigger than Game 7. This was like, no, we got to drop 100 points to let the Wilt Chamberlain numbers. Like, they got to know that this is, everybody can't do this. Yeah. Which is why everybody don't do this, which is why we doing this.
Come on now. When you looked up and you was realizing that nobody was letting you in the game early, so you had to go ahead and create your own game, to see the success that you've had thus far, man, what has that been like? How do you feel seeing the progression from that brainchild?
Man, great. Thank you. You know, we had a moment the other night, like all the niggas who didn't let us in, all the niggas who offered us shitty deals, all the niggas who wasn't trying to let us distro give. Thank you. I wouldn't have took the steps to go get that shit by myself, you know, and I used to feel away because I thought people was doing something to me, but they was doing something for me. Thank you.
Come on now. Come on now. I totally understand it. I totally understand it. So now, when you ain't rapping though, LaRussell, what you doing for it?
Man, I be hooping, playing tennis, chilling. I be taking my daughter to school and trying to cultivate there and chilling with my mom and the homies.
How does the family feel seeing the success, man?
Man, they love it. My pops are super proud. My mom's super proud. You know, they celebrities in their own right now.
Come on, man. But then also, I ain't gonna lie, LaRussell, when they see your music and they hear what you saying, it's got to make them feel proud to say, okay, we raised the leader out here. Fact. Okay, we didn't raise no follower, we raised the leader. Fact. So being a leader of the new school, do you face any backlash coming the way you coming, not coming with the drill or just the trap, or, you know, specifically like that?
Man, I don't think I face backlash at all. I think everyone kind of moves out the way because there's no competition where you don't compare. You feel me? So we don't have to deal with I don't even have to deal with that shit. It's like they're here in these lanes and it's like, this is his. Yeah. Let's let him do his thing and navigate, and everybody respects it and everybody shows love, and it's beautiful to be embraced that way.
You and Young Simba, y'all been known to get together and go crazy as well, man.
That's my dog.
Break that down, that Bay Area camaraderie.
Man, so I mean, and I feel like it's always existed partially in the Bay, but where we at now in the Bay is just so different because like the turf wars and the region shit just is non-existent. It don't matter where you from. If you popping and you doing your Dougie, we all fucking with you. You know, me, Stunner, Simba, the boy, Slimmy, Nefta, Pharaoh, Coney, like we all from different regions and different sides, but everybody is here. This is our shit. You feel me?
That's
we making this happen for the region.
As a thinking man, what was the most difficult thing for you to figure out for you to get to where you at right now that would come off as advice to somebody else?
Understanding that this shit comes down to nothing but work. You get what you work for. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. You don't get what you think about. You get what you work for. You don't get what ideas you had. You get what you work for. If you don't do the work, you don't get the result. And it's as simple as that.
Why do you think a lot of people don't want to hear that? Because, see, that is a excellent, you know, explanation of what the hell's going on, but that sounds like a lot of work. So a lot of folks ain't trying to hear that.
Right, and because it's just easier to write me off as a nigga who's just like, oh, he's just super talented. He just, you know, that's a phenomenon thing, but it's not, bro. I wasn't always super talented. I wrote 1 million raps.
At what point did you realize that you had the superstardom coming on with it?
Man, I dropped my first project, The Field Effect, in 2018. And man, it was just everybody who heard it, it was like the messages I was getting was like it was hitting them home. Yeah. And I noticed it was a star level because I had niggas who was 50 and 60 like, bro, you feel me, changing their life. The kids too they loved it, and I'm like, man, this is something new. I ended up throwing a show off that album, my first show ever, and we did probably about 75 to 100 people, and it was like, okay, this is the thing. And it's funny, one day I had took mushrooms for the first time, and I walked to the park. and I'm high as shit, and a car drives by, and I hear the intro to that album.
Ooh.
The intro, and me and my daughter's mom, Yaya, we just start jumping, screaming like, oh,
come on
it
now.
It felt like the universe was like, nigga, this is you on that path.
Exactly.
And man, it's been up since then.
How do you feel though, man, just being able to achieve that stuff? I mean, because at the end of the day, so many people try and so many people fail, okay? There are a million different labels getting launched every doggone day, and it's a million different labels failing every day, man. For you to be able to achieve that success at such a young age, what has that been like for you?
Man, incredible. A culmination of the work. I don't think anybody fails. I think people just quit. I just don't quit.
Creative process, LaRussell. It's time to get in that studio. You're recording albums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
How are you creating these bangers, man?
Man, Tope or whoever in the booth with me, they play a beat, and in 10, 15 minutes, the song is done. I walk around the room and scream a little bit, and then the song done. We in here. It's simple as that. It's simple as that. We're actually about to do something really dope that's never been done. I'm going to make an album with a producer live in front of an audience, and everyone who shows up to that show will get a percentage in that album. We're gonna split the royalties down. I just let it out early. I was trying to hold it, but we gave a BI exclusive.
That is the craziest shit ever.
It's not the same. And it's gonna be offer based through a ticketing platform that's black owned with black owned tech that we own equity in. It's not the same.
All right, this interview's over. I'll talk to you later. You know what, man? It's over with. It's over with.
Come on.
Okay, so how does one come with the genius to move the culture forward and market his music and build wealth at the same time?
Man, I think it all happens naturally. Like, I never planned for a lot of this shit to happen. Yeah. I just did the work, and through the work being done, next thing you know, you look and you like, oh shit, I dug this big ass hole. I'm gonna put a swimming pool in here.
Exactly.
Oh shit, I'm gonna charge people to come to my pool party. Oh shit, we should just build the whole thing around the pool. You know, like as you do that work, more things come out of it, but people just never start.
Can you talk to me about building a community, though, also, man? Because that's what's going on here. So what is that like, aggregating all of these different people and bringing them together up under one umbrella for one movement and one nation?
Man, being of service, that was always my thing. Like, I was always of service to everyone around me. The people that I seen potential in or that I enjoyed, I was of service before anything. I just helped. I help with everything. If I love what you're doing, I'm finna help you make it. I'm finna help you get bigger. I'm gonna help you get to a certain point. And I feel like that shit just came full circle. You know, now everyone is willing to help me. Everyone's willing to contribute to what I'm building because I'm somebody who contributed to everybody else's success.
Well, the beautiful thing that you just said, you really just told everybody the secret. And I don't know if anybody's going to understand exactly what it is, but as a man of service myself, I totally understand how far you can get by being of service to people and doing a good service, man. You don't do no disservice out here.
Bro.
You see what I'm saying?
Bro. That's the thing. Like, some people try to help people, but they're not giving their best, you know. Like, I read this book, and in the book it was saying how, like, you have to give your best. You know how, like, when you're a kid, they had canned food drives, and you'll go home and get all the cans in the back of the cabinet again. And it's like, bro, you don't want to eat that shit. Why would you give it to somebody else? You feel me? But that's how we've been conditioned to give. But with me, it's like, bro, I'll get some brand new mic equipment, whatever it is. And if somebody next to me need it, here.
Come on.
Here, I'm not gonna give you my old. I'm here. You feel me? I just got this, but you need it right now more than me. And that's the thing. Like, when you give the shit you need most or that you really need, that's when you really create change and you really cultivate something new.
When you get into the industry, man, and you had to break into this thing, when you broke in, was it everything that you expected it to be or a little bit more wilder?
Both. You know, I've heard all the stories, so I knew what it was, but, you know, experiencing it firsthand as like someone who did something new and a revolutionary, it really baffled me because I'd have conversations with people on labels and they'd be like, bro, you doing some incredible shit. You doing something new. I love what you're doing. We've never seen this before. Yeah. Here's this shitty ass deal. How you feel about that? You feel me? Like, in exchange for all of that admiration, here's this shitty ass deal. Let me know how you feel about that.
I mean, you snapped once again, LaRussell. I mean, that's my thing right there too. When you see them coming with the shit ass deal and you was thinking that this is what I thought I was working towards, just to find out that it's really hustling backwards. What did that do to your mind when you realized that, okay, I thought I was about to hop on this elevator, I gotta go right back over here to these damn steps.
Man, it make you get your calves up. And for me, like, you know, I'm a shit on you.
Yeah.
Like that's just what it is. You feel me? Like I'm a shit on you because we live in this industry where they will play you and disrespect you, and everybody be silent about it or just okay with it or write it off. But not me.
Come on.
I'm a shit on you. You feel me? You know what you did, and I just feel like you doing a disservice to the culture when you come at the nigga who's making history and changing shit with a standard deal or a standard offer. Like, bro, you doing a disservice to the culture because y'all running these niggas who got one song, big bags off numbers and analytics and data, but we talking about impact. Yeah. Like actual impact.
I'm with you.
Why would you get in the way of history being made? You feel me? Like that, they're choosing to not be a aid and just look at the dollars and the money, and that shit is crazy. They destroying a culture. That's like the position this shit is in is solely because of capitalism in the industry and the labels. Like they don't take blame, and the fucked up part is just like it's a lot of black niggas in them label rooms. Yeah. And they okay in them, like, you know, but that's the thing. They got jobs and they could get fired. And Stretch be reminding me, you know, like, you got to remember, bro, them niggas don't own nothing. They walk around and they talk like bosses and they walk like bosses and they dress and they drive a car, but you niggas ain't bosses. They got jobs.
You know, I totally understand that. I mean, what is that like having to deal with people on two different frequencies, though, too? Because I've realized that in my own right that you can't really kind of connect with people that have a job on the level that you need to because their job will prevent them from really meeting you where the hell you at, but you know over here is where the freedom is at. So how do you feel being able to be free, but then also how is it trying to communicate with folks in network, or is it one of those things you just got to sit that over there until they get their mind right?
That's exactly what it is. You know, we have convos all the time, like Wendy's like, my job, your job, let me tell them. And I be telling them like, no, nigga, they need to hear from me. Yeah. And if they're not receptive to hear from me, then let's not talk to them niggas. Exactly. You feel me? Because it's like we're wasting our time. You don't get it. You don't know what it's like to be free, so you wouldn't understand. And it just taught me like, bro, you can't you know, expecting shit from other people. It's like they can never see what I'm building. The niggas who didn't make Disneyland would have never believed Walt Disney. They didn't get it. You feel me? They like that don't exist. You feel me? That's impossible. Come on. You wouldn't even believe.
One of the greatest experiences in life is creation, man. So what is it like being a creative musically and in business and being able to watch these little things, these seeds sprout up and being able to plant them wherever the hell you want to. Like, okay, I'm gonna go to Atlanta and I'm about to jam, make some music over here, see what that do. I'm also gonna crank up this business over here in the West Coast. I'm doing all of this different stuff. What is that like, just being able to put the paint where it ain't?
Man, it's incredible. Like, it's incredible knowing you have the power to create whatever you envision. Exactly. You know, I once I found out that this shit comes down to work, I know that ain't nothing gonna stop me. Exactly. If all I have to do is work for it, boy, you nigga, this shit up forever. Exactly. If the only thing I have to do is work for it, I'm gonna get everything.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get everything.
What has been your favorite time so far, man? What is the show, or what has been that moment that you were like, okay, I'm loving this and having the time of my damn life in here?
Man, flipping the backyard and building that residency and doing that first show. You know, we did it on my mom's birthday, and it was just an incredible moment to be able to renovate my childhood home and create something sustainable, a sustainable ecosystem for my family to eat. Yeah. If I'm ever pressed and running low on bread, I could throw a show in my backyard, and I know we could be back in a good position and get everything right so we can go build something else. So I built infrastructure that's going to last the rest of my life, and just splitting equity with my team, my daughter, my daughter's mom, my pop, my sister, different people own equity and shares in my projects and things that I've released and created. And I know in 10 years, they're going to be straight forever. And when I leave this earth, they're going to be straight forever because of the work we did today.
Okay, talk about being unselfish, though, because with all of those folks having equity, that takes a lot of love, and that takes a lot of giving and of being of service. So, I mean, how the hell did you throw yourself and ego to the side and say, come on in this thing and let's all get rich?
Man, I think it's partial ego on both ends. Like partial ego because it's like I want to be the nigga who do these great things like that. You know, partially that's ego. Like I'm the nigga who changes shit, and then there's also like some selflessness just because like I know that this life is fleeting and we're not gonna be here forever. So my goal is to just like do things that people talk about forever. You know, and in history class when we growing up, they only teach you about the niggas who did something. We don't learn about the niggas who ain't do shit, who just talked about shit.
Come on. Come on. When you go over your bars, which ones are your favorite ones that make you say, God damn, I snapped?
Man, we were just talking about that shit. Man, right? Come on. Take what you need, not what you can. Success comes easy to a simple man. Shut up and do the work. That's a simple plan. And stop trying to teach what you don't understand. That's one of them.
How many folks is out here teaching stuff that they don't understand?
Everyone.
Running up a bag at the same time. They don't know how to do shit, but they ready to bag up.
Right.
Okay, so then being a young man coming into the game knowing that you need to go find Wendy Day instead of somebody that's trying to tell you something that they don't know how to do. What has that been like navigating different folks? Because when you over here independent, you know that, like you said, that one misstep could be the misstep that set you back hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, and years, okay?
Man, and I've done it. And thank you. Thank you to all the playlisters early who had fake playlists and were just taking niggas' money. You feel me? Thank you to all the fake IG promo platforms that knew they didn't have real numbers and you wasn't gonna get no traction that was taking niggas' money. Thank you to all the fake YouTube platforms charging for views and thank you. We had to waste that money. We had to learn them lessons so we know, oh, this is the real way to do it. Now when I break artists under me and I bring artists behind me, they don't have to go through that shit. This is what you do. Exactly. This is the route. I'm going to give you the game. So thank you.
I mean, do we have a song called Thank You? Because, I mean, you snapped with that
we about
bar.
to drop an album and a book called Thank You soon. We already in the works, man.
I already knew it.
It's coming.
Working on this album, though, man, what has this been like? Any different producers, artists that you working with on this thing?
Yeah, so
this
next, I got an album coming October 6th called I Hate When Life's Going Great. And it's one of my favorite bodies of work. It's produced by Def Hef, some co-production by Zali, Snow Beach. And man, it's incredible. It's genre bending, it's new sound, it's raw, the emotion on here, the storytelling is new and it's fresh. And I'm just excited for people to hear me in just a different form, in an elevated form.
Break down that title to me though, man, because I mean it's awesome.
Yeah, I hate when life's going great, man. So I end up finishing the final track, and that ended up being the title of the track, and it was like, bro, this is how I've been feeling, you know, for the past few months. Like it's just been like a culmination of my energy. I've been really grateful for my success, but I've also been struggling with it because of the things that I couldn't do, or the homies that I can't have here, or the thing. A lot of self-sabotage that exists within that, but it's also like, like you could really poison your own success and your own journey just because you're not happy with what is.
Yeah. When it came to, breaking down the album though, is the album completed already or?
It's done. We dropping October 6th, which is my birthday.
Oh my God.
It's going up.
Now, with that being said, while you were doing the creation of it, what kind of messages did you want to hit folks with? What were you trying to let the audience really understand? What song on there do you feel like is going to be the one that's going to hit folks in the heart the deepest?
There's a song called Gotham.
Okay.
That is, man, bro, it makes you feel like this is why I love music. Like you hear this track and it's like, this is why I love it. It speaks to me, you feel me? And as I was creating it, I didn't really have a goal or intention in mind. I just make music where I am. There's a song on there called Can I Have This Dance, which is one of my favorite songs that's just like from the heart. It's just real. You don't get to hear black men talk like this and share these type of emotions and share their flaws and share their shame and share their joy and happiness as well. Like we don't share nothing but pain and trauma and the greed and the jealousy. Like, bro, all that shit cool because it's real, it exists. Yeah. But it's like, what about the other 1,000 emotions you feel?
Come on, man. Now, the book, though, I mean, come on, man. What's the book talking about?
Man, I'm writing my third book right now. It's coming with the album. It's called I Hate When Life's Going Great. And this one is really dope because it's like a behind-the-scenes look of the journey. Just some of those moments when I went to LA Leaguers, when we went to Breakfast Club, the energy behind them, and just some of the quotes and life lessons I've used to navigate this journey.
I mean, what is it like being the author as well, though, too, man? I mean, cranking out these bestsellers for these folks.
We sold over 1,000 copies of my last book independently from the crib. You know, no pub deal, none of that. We did this shit on our own production and everything. And it feels incredible for your art to be received in different forms. I never want to be limited to being a rapper. Like, I rap, but I'm not a rapper. I'm hyperhuman. I do a whole bunch of shit.
I'm with you. What else do you got coming up next, though, LaRussell, that these folks need to know about? And is there anything you want to tell your fans, man?
Man, I'm building Disneyland right now, and you feel me? That's the wave that I'm on. We started with this residency, and it's only getting bigger. I plan to do a festival next year. I just got with an all-black-owned tech company, Ibrima. Shout out Ibrima, man. What's TBA? And we're building the platform. We're going to be the first offer-based ticketing platform, similar to Ticketmaster, but, you know, with better ethics and code. And it's going to be the first platform that you could do offer-based shows with the blueprint that we laid. And next year, we're going to do the first ever offer-based festival, and that shit's going to be different.
So talk to me about coming up in the Bay and in Cali, and what was it that made you say, you know what, let me get into this tech world at the same time, and you know.
Bro, this shit landed in my lap through doing work. Like we were doing offer-based shows. Like I came up with the idea to do like Proud to Pay show, different forms, different variations, selling stock, doing gold cards. And for all those things, me and Tieta had to create manual forms and sheets to accommodate these things. So through that journey, we met with different people and we end up landing with what's TBA and met Ibrima, and his energy is so beautiful and he's a genius in his own right. And I told him what we do and my goal, and he was able to execute. So now it's up. Now it's up.
Hey, man. Appreciate you coming through this thing. How can these folks contact you, though, my dog?
Man, I'm honored. I'm at LaRussell on Instagram, Twitter, everything. Good Company is the platform that we own. That's on everything. And, you know, you can hit us at the Gmail. I'm one of those niggas who still respond. I'm on the email. You're going to either talk to me or Tieta or Millie, but you get in direct contact.
I'm here for it. Beehive Radio, shout it. LaRussell.
Come on.
Wish you nothing but the best and much success, man. Holla at y'all in a minute.
Yeah.
We go.
Honored.
Gotcha.